Well, he attack me. But Jayden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
What you talking about is Jayden place. See me up to the time, a cartel. I represent for Jayden Chase. We spray them face on the AK rays. See me up to the time, the Gaza station.
Yeah, man, now move settings nation. And no, we no need none of that. Now welcome to the channel. Yeah, man, Jayden Chase, another one to wake up bringing another important reasoning on the topic of dancehall and entertainment. Remember, man, I remind you now for click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and also leave a like, a comment, and yes, what's a shape on the blogging truth. Now, in a very powerful letter to the Senate and the public viewers and subscribers, Vybz Kartel has outlined 3 major findings by music research groups. Now, viewers, this new piece of evidence is a game changer for the defense, for Vybz Kartel's reputation, and also the administration and their current statements being made and publicized about the entertainment industry. Now, Vybz Kartel says knowledge over emotion, research over guessing. Dancehall can't stall. Now, this is very important, viewers and subscribers. We have to take a look on this. Yes, viewers and subscribers, now let's continue the reasoning. Now, the teacher said, first and foremost, 1. Did you know more cops are now inside of prison serving time than DJs? And this is a very powerful statement because of late, they have made it seem, they have publicized that DJs and their lyrical content is one of the root causes of our issues right here on the island. But look, more cops, members of the security forces, those who have been tasked, those who are paid to uphold the law and also enforce it. We have more of these individuals behind the bars than dancehall DJs. And as Popcorn pointed out, the state has gone to extreme lengths to publicize the arrest and sentencing of dancehall DJs. Now we all know the statement, church and state. Now you also pointed out that you have more pastors in a prison than DJs as well. Now this is big. These reports are shocking. This is major news. Or quote unquote spiritual leaders, the ones who quote the good book and also have taken up the responsibility of moving the people forward spiritually. We have more of them behind the bars as well than dancehall DJs. That's something fun to think about. Why are these findings not publicized? Why is it that when members of the clergy are sentenced or arrested, we don't really see it publicized? Recently, we see a pastor make a statement about the Prime Minister and his arrest was publicized. A couple of members broke the Disaster Risk Management Act and a couple of them were fined. But other than that, to the public's knowledge, I do not think the public is aware that you have more clergymen behind the bars than dancehall DJs, because to all the system, to all the state publicized and made their statements, we don't feel like say if dancehall music alone was taken out of the equation, everything would have alright. No, that is far from the truth. The music has done more to uplift, more to educate, more to inspire than all of these individuals that we have just referred to put together locally. But Vybz Kartel was not done there. The research did not end at clergymen. Now, parenting, going forward, we know this. The way we raise the next generation will definitely impact the future of this island. Now, did you know that cops and pastors have more offspring that are involved in illicit activity, quote unquote, in the streets, the G them, than DJs? And think about the statement as a whole. Cops and pastors represent church and state. Remember, pastors quote the good book, enforce the laws that are there. They are not the ones who are charged with making these laws. officers enforce the laws of the nation. They are not necessarily the ones. They can make recommendations, but they do not pass legislation. They enforce the laws of the state. The pastors enforce the laws of the good book, the laws of the clergy. Vybz Kartel, based on the research that was conducted, is pointing out that the church and the state has failed the people numerous times, different occasions, more than the entertainers that they are now currently blaming. And I suspect this is also one of the reasons why they don't like Vybz Kartel. As outlined in the statements before, dancehall DJs, viewers and subscribers are not the root cause of our issues right here. Legislation, poverty, lack of security, these are our root issues. And from these issues sprout all of the other concerns that we have. So if you feel like the state like Vybz Kartel because it makes songs like Tech, because it makes songs like Freaky Girl, then you're wrong. While you might have members of society who might say, oh, those songs were raunchy. That's all they would say, that those songs were extremely raunchy, and in my point of view, they were just creative music. But some people might say they were raunchy. But it is things like this when Vybz Kartel uses his platform to educate individuals. When Vybz Kartel use music and expand them visual prowess, meaning say the way you start to see things. You start to see things from a new point of view. I'm not going around. This is something we did know. You have a lot more members of the security forces that are behind the bars, even up at camp. And you know that's not part of the survey. But even at camp, we have more JDFs members who are behind the bars than, you know what I mean? Dancehall DJs, entertainers. Same way so for the other arm of the security forces, the JCF. We have more of them behind the bars too than DJs. That's something we did know based on the fact that we now say we know every DJ that is behind the bar. But majority of them, as soon as they are arrested and their case goes to trial, it is public news. Remember, they are entertainers, they are celebrities. So, it's going to make the tabloids. And even though majority of the time, when there are issues with security forces and them get arrested, charged, or them are go to court. Normally, unless something happens during the court proceeding, it is not always news, because these individuals are not necessarily celebrities. They are just citizens doing a certain job. And then everybody, regular civilian case, when they go to court, you hear about it. Remember, we have a whole backlog of cases at the courts. So we no regular just bring court case on TV unless it's a high profile case. Clergymen. That was surprising to me, that we have more clergymen behind the bars than dancehall DJ. When I say more surprising, meaning say, based on statements made by the government, I wasn't aware that clergymen are being arrested and convicted and sentenced at such a high rate. Who knows how many clergymen have been arrested and sentenced since the year start? Because these are the things that them are publicized, they now, put these in the written form of the media. Now, cops and pastors have more son with a G than dancehall DJ. I want to say G, I mean the ones in the streets. I not talk the one them you pretend. I not talk some man who talk or try to get a name for themselves. I talk about people actually engaged, actually in the field. That is also surprising as well, but something that we have always heard. Because we have always heard that the people who grew up in a certain strict upbringing normally rebel at a certain age. So we normally hear that. So to see it documented and presented to us, I feel like this was important. So we have to talk about it. Regardless of what else we are going, we have to point out this to the people. Time and time again, as the teacher point out in every hustler, the system is broken. It mash up. And them are try to say a him. Yeah, them are try to say a Vybz Kartel, and me I said, me hear the state say it over and over again. Even when them say lyrical content and try to point out certain lyrical content, me I say, oh, so what I try to do. Damon Crawford did see it as well. And him forward out publicly. Come make film statement and say, yo, this is what I want. And he's an elected state official. So he might look upon it from the point of view of a state official. Not just somebody in the streets when I know about legislation, when I know about the surveys and the polls that are being conducted. This is a state official who knows this. And they must say, no. Even in Norway, we have conducted researches, and there are other elements outside of the entertainment realm that influence decision making in a far higher number than music. One to the video game them who get you to actually perpetrate the act and not just hear about it. One to the TV shows where you see the act being perpetrated and you not just hear about it. You feel that have a more lasting effect on the mind and the psyche. Talk to me in the comment section. Vice the one called Jayden Chase, the dancehall correspondent, the Gaza representative. I'm reminding you now. If you're new to the channel, new to the movement, just a pass through, but you like the reason and of course you like the point of view, well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon right after that and put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here upon the platform. You want to move settings, fam. And well, first and foremost, you know, the like icon is located in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel, check out the reasoning. Join the discussion. Comment section open 24/7, never lucky yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there. Yeah, man, now move settings for my sentiments for you and yours that want to live, love, and prosper until the reason again.